All right, man. It seems like MMA fighters are getting brave and they beating their chests after Ngannou just came up short versus Tyson Fury. And Sean O'Malley, whoever that is talking shit. A lot of them are popping shit, and they taking the victory lap. But then again, we got to bring balance. We got to bring order to this, right? Um, I think Ngannou is going to be expected to follow this performance up, versus a respectable heavyweight. Don't necessarily got to be Wilder, Anthony Joshua, or etc. But one thing we ain't forget the way Jake Paul been beating y'all ass. All right, let's not forget that. Um, let's not forget Jake Paul been getting down on y'all. So y'all could take y'all victory lap. I mean, one win don't erase Jake Paul running through a lot of the MMA dudes and him beating and knocking y'all the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Him beating Nate Diaz. I mean, him beating the other guy who couldn't do nothing. He running through y'all. He putting hands, feet, and the elbows and toes on MMA fighters. When y'all gonna stop Jake Paul? I mean, what y'all gonna send Conor McGregor? Nate Diaz is one of y'all, best strikers as far as having a boxing background, and we ain't gonna forget that. Ngannou had a good performance. Tyson Fury said he trained for 12 weeks, so it ain't no excuses. So you got to get credit or credit is due, but it don't erase that. It don't erase the fact that Jake Paul been getting down on y'all, and it don't forget who was it, Ray Mercer? Somebody went into the MMA cage and beat an MMA fighter already. So what y'all clamoring and what y'all, and he was a retired boxer, by the way, which y'all being excited about, we already done. We already had a boxer go into the cage and beat an MMA fighter. Now you got Adesanya talking about why he chose MMA over boxing. No, because you couldn't hack it in boxing. Same thing with Anderson Silva. He had a losing boxing record, so he went to MMA. Let's cut the bullshit. Ain't no way that a lot of these MMA dudes is complaining about making money, right? They complaining about the money, and that's something that you don't have, if you good in boxing, you don't have to complain about. So if they could box and make that type of money, they would box and not deal with the dictatorship of Dana White. Now, a lot of people that's visual participants in boxing, the audience, the fans, some media members would prefer boxing did have a dictatorship like Dana White. That way we get the fights that we want. But let's talk about it. Check out the MMA playlist. Check out the boxing news playlist. Shakur Stevenson said MMA dudes need to stay in their lane. I'll beat the ish out of Sean O'Malley. And that's for most of them. Now they saying they thinking they thinking it's a trend, and Ngannou said Ngannou could have had a great night, and Ngannou could be the exception, but I guarantee you Ngannou ain't nothing more than a blip or the exception. He's not the trend. He's not the trend. And that's just the God honest truth. He go in there and get mollywopped by Deontay Wilder, all that shit go out the window. Now if you go in there and put hands, feet, toes, and elbows on Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, then at the end of the day, he the exception. I don't think too many of them dudes can get into the ring and say, well, they did this and they tried to get a victory, a moral victory with Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather carried Conor McGregor for a rematch, and the only reason the rematch ain't happened, all right, the only reason the rematch ain't happened is because is simply because Dana White still got his hand in Conor McGregor pocket. I heard he allegedly took a significant amount out of his purse versus Floyd Mayweather. That's just what I heard. You know, but that's just the word on the street. You know, you know, but but yeah, now they feeling themselves, they pop and as they should. They should beat their chest. This is something, it don't happen too often. They should. But going around now, around here telling stories that was never possible. Like, yeah, I could have been a boxer, and boxers are, no, you couldn't. If you could, you would. That's like saying, what, I could have been in the NBA, but I chose to go over to Italy and ball out. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. I could have been a Fortune 500 CEO, but I chose to sell dope. Y'all could have a pension and everything, but I chose to sell dope. Nobody's choosing that. Nobody. Come on. So at the end of the day, it sounds good. People and they'll say, why don't boxers cross over to MMA? Because y'all don't make no money. These some money hungry motherfuckers over here. That's all they care about is the money. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. You know? And they feeling themselves. A lot of more people gonna cross over. But the problem is, if you still under contract if you still under contract with Dana White, he still got control, and Dana White not trying to take no more PR blows to boxing. Every time Jake Paul knock one of y'all MMA fighters off, it's a PR blow to his company. No matter how good his production is, no matter how good the product, no matter how many pay-per-views he sell, it's a blow. And it's free promo for the sport of boxing. But the fact of the matter is, the other 98.9% of y'all get in that ring, y'all gonna get effed up. And guess what? 98.9% of boxers get in that cage, they're gonna get effed up. You got some boxers that kickboxing that can hold their own. You do. You do. You absolutely do. Like guys that in kickbox and stuff of that nature, like Dillian White who kickbox and all that, but that's Crawford wrestle, but that's different. That's an aspect of it. Dillian White would have to learn how to get the ground game and how to hold his hands is different. It's a different sport. And they say, well, it's limited. Here Conor McGregor, MMA limited. It's different from going in the street. What about that MMA fighter who was fighting that dude that broke into his house and he said he gave him everything he wanted and some? You know, he said, he said a dude went blow for blow with him. So when you in the street, it's different. Don't forget that. When you in the street, it's different. It's different. Don't forget it. MMA is limited. It is. But Shakur Stevenson says, I say if they feel that way, yep. He said, I said if they feel that way that they can challenge the top boxers, give it a try. I think you got some MMA guys that want to come into the ring with somebody like me. I would love the opportunity to beat up MMA guys, show them that there's real levels to a 26-year-old. Stevenson told Babcock on TMZ Sports TV show airs weekdays on FS1. He said, I just think Tyson Fury was off that night. And them MMA dudes need to relax and stay in their lane. He said, tell him, he says Stevenson predicts a one-sided beatdown of if he faces O'Malley in the ring. Tell him we can get it in. He said, I'm ready, locked and loaded. I'm ready to lock in with him. There's levels to this ish. If he wants to come and try his hands, I'll beat the ish out of him. And that's no lies detected. There's no lies detected. These dudes kind of like feeling themselves now. And I ain't mad at them. You know what I'm saying? Like you bag a bad shorty. Hey, guess what? Your confidence on 10 million. You feel like you can bag another one, another one, and another one, and another one. That's a player's mindset. Some of y'all be like, oh, I'm a marry her already. you know, some dudes like, man, guess what? I'll get another one and another one, you know, and another one. But, those guys feeling good right now. They feeling real good. And as they should. Jake Paul been running through him. Whoever knew Jake Paul would be bringing justice out here. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? So, but but yeah, man, a lot of them think the shit's sweet. A lot of them think shit's sweet, and it ain't. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Uh, like I said, check out the boxing news playlist. Check out the MMA playlist. Um, yeah, but hey, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Check my link tree out too. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, or X, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine, man. All that information's in the description. You can check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment around the city of Detroit. You can check out my new channel out, Free Game 89. Right here on YouTube. Both links are in the description in the link tree. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.